When people talk about success, one question always seems to come up. Is it better to stay loyal to the people who helped you get to the top, or should everyone eventually branch out and prove they can stand on their own? That question is making the rounds again after Memphis Bleek said Tony Yayo is dependent on 50 Cent. Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda quickly responded, defending both their relationship with 50 and the way they've built their careers. As expected, the internet immediately picked sides, and social media quickly turned into a debate about loyalty, independence, friendship, and what success really looks like. The interesting thing is that this conversation goes far beyond hip-hop. It applies to business, sports, entertainment, and even everyday life. Almost everyone knows someone who helped them get where they are today. Maybe it was a family member who opened a door. Maybe it was a friend who gave them their first opportunity. Maybe it was a boss who believed in them when nobody else did. The question is, does continuing that relationship make someone dependent, or does it simply show appreciation for the people who helped them along the way? Some people believe Memphis Bleek has a point. They argue that every successful person should eventually build a name that's completely separate from the people who first gave them an opportunity. They believe real independence means creating your own lane, building your own business, making your own decisions, and showing the world that you can stand on your own without being connected to someone else's success. From that perspective, people often respect those who take risks, leave their comfort zone, and create something completely new. They see it as growth. They see it as confidence. They believe every successful person reaches a point where they have to stop being known as someone's friend or teammate and start being recognized for what they personally bring to the table. But there are just as many people who completely disagree with that way of thinking. They believe loyalty is one of the rarest qualities left in today's world. Too often people forget who helped them once they become successful. We've all seen stories where friends stop speaking to each other over money, fame, or business. We've watched groups break apart because somebody wanted more attention, or thought they no longer needed the people who helped build their career. To those people, staying loyal isn't weakness at all. It's character. If someone believed in you before anyone else did, why should you suddenly walk away just because strangers on the internet think you should? Why should you distance yourself from someone you've trusted for years just to prove a point? Maybe success isn't about leaving everyone behind. Maybe success is about bringing the people who helped you along for the ride. This debate also raises another important question. How do we actually define success? Is success only measured by who has the biggest solo career? Is it measured by who makes the most money? Is it measured by who gets the most attention? Or can success also mean having a career that lasts for decades, earning a comfortable living, taking care of your family, staying out of trouble, and remaining close to people you've trusted for years? Not everybody wants to be the biggest celebrity in the room. Some people are perfectly happy playing their role while still enjoying a successful life. Every championship sports team has star players, but it also has role players who are just as important to winning. Businesses have owners, managers, and employees who all contribute to the same goal. Music groups often work the same way. Everyone doesn't have to be the face of the brand for the team to succeed. Another thing people sometimes overlook is that relationships are built on trust. Trust takes years to build and only seconds to destroy. When you've worked with someone for decades, you understand each other in ways outsiders never will. That chemistry can be worth more than chasing a completely different opportunity simply to prove independence. On the other hand, there are people who believe growth only happens when you're willing to step outside of someone else's shadow. They believe you'll never know your full potential until you challenge yourself to build something that's completely your own. They argue that sometimes the hardest decision is also the one that helps you grow the most. Neither side is completely right, and neither side is completely wrong. The reality is that every situation is different. Every friendship is different. Every business relationship is different. None of us knows what conversations happen behind closed doors. None of us knows what agreements people have made or what they've sacrificed for one another over the years. What looks like dependence to one person might simply be loyalty to another. What looks like independence to one person might look like abandoning the people who helped you the most. That's probably why this conversation has caught so much attention. It's not really just about Tony Yayo, Memphis Bleek, Uncle Murda, or 50 Cent anymore. It's about how all of us view success, loyalty, friendship, and ambition. Everyone brings their own experiences into the discussion, which is why opinions are so divided. So where do you stand? Do you believe staying loyal to the people who helped build your career is a sign of strength and gratitude? Or do you think there comes a point when everyone should separate themselves, create their own path, and prove they can succeed completely on their own? There's no easy answer, but it's definitely a conversation worth having.